Welcome back to the Tridium Niagara learning channel. So I'm starting to put the pages just for the controllers. Let me show you what I mean. The first floor controller. So I brought all the inputs in here to the cloud. So there's all my sensors, drivers, knobs, inputs and switches. And I'm displaying them all there with pop-ups. So I've got all my pop-ups there for the graphs, and then the drivers are all there, the knobs and adjustments are all here, the inputs and the switches. So I've done that first floor controller. I'm now on the pool AHU controller. So I've done the sensors just now, and now I'm onto the drivers. Put this into edit mode, take these drivers, highlight them, drag them across, and then I want to go animate, eye status to simple, background. Then I want the border to groove. Now the foreground, I'm going to change this, I'm going to animate it, but I'm just going to put in -inf plus inf for infinity 1. So any value over 1, it would be green. I'm not doing a mouse over, so I'm not having that. I want to make a display name label, and that is it, I believe, for that. Edit properties, change them all to font size of 16. Just expand these out so I can see what they say. Take out all the underscores and the initial D1, D2, D3. So that's a 2RM unit. Take out the D2. Extract fan. Start. High, another 2RM unit. You have a lot of 2RMs normally on trend. They use them a lot. So they're using one analog output to control 2 digital outputs. Normally it's 40% is for one output and 100% for the second relay to energize, if it's normally configured that way. So if they give 4 volts, 40%, and it will say a pump system, then pump 1 will run. And if they give 100 volts, 100%, sorry, 10 volts, pump 2 will run and pump 1 will go off. So it looks like we've got supply fans here, which are 2 supply fans and 2 extract fans. And fan number 2 is running at the moment. This is just the valve control, 0 to 100%. Same for the fresh air mixing damper, 100%. Bypass dampers 100%, and recoup face damper is 100%. So those are the just 2 RM. So it's not at 100% speed. It is pump or fan 2 running in this scenario. Now we could actually change that and make that say fan 2 or fan 1. So if we go into there and we go to the text, which is out value, we change that text, we unanimate it, we animate it, I numeric to simple, need another one, -inf for infinity, and we know it's going to be 40%, so we'll put in there 30, and we'll put in there, say, 80 plus infinity. So that is fan 2. That is fan 1. 1 stopped. So fan 2 is run at the moment there, and we can duplicate that and then just take out the ord and place the ord into this one, and then we've actually got text for the graphic rather than just 100%. So that's the drivers done. Take it out of edit mode, so we're just saving it. Go back into edit mode. Now to the knobs. So I'm just going to bring these in and drop them at the moment because I've already got, well, I'll show you, I've already done the work on this one. Copy, and then I can paste it into here and use it at the side of this here. So I would take that, Control key C, the ord, Control key V /set, Control key V. So that's now done with that ord. Right, how you make this block. Go to your Kit PX palette. So if you can't find it, well, first of all, you will need to open up your palette. So to open up your palette, window, sidebars, and click on palette there to open up your palette. And then search for Kit. And there's your Kit PX there. So that palette's now open. And then what you would do is you would go to the action button, second from the top, drag it across. Now as you can see, that looks nothing like this one here, but we'll take this one for example, the next one down, Control key C, we copy the ord. Right, we place the ord in this action binding here, Control key V, /set. Now if you don't know it's /set, you can actually click on this folder icon here and go to component chooser, and that's your component and that's your set there. It's easier just to type in /set. Now we can't use this text here at the moment, we can't do anything with it. So what we do is we add a value binding here, the next one down, and then we paste that ord into here, but we don't have the /set at the end now. And now we can right click this text, we can animate it, and it's picked up that ord up there, and then we can just type in out value. So that's now in there, and then we want to sort the background out. So I normally just animate iStatus to simple, background, and then I change these to a light yellow. The reason I still use the background is someone overrides it, it will go purple. See the overridden there, purple. Over it's stale, it will go brown. Down will go orange. Fault will go, well, like a yellow. Fault will go orange. Disabled, grey on the background. and an alarm, which you won't have any alarm attached to this point, would be red. But I like to keep that in there so I know what's going on. Now I want to change the font of that to my font that I'm using, which is 16. And that's basically it. Just knock it down one and bring it across, and that's that one done. I want to set all these to a font of 16. And then I'm going to, where I've still got them highlighted, I'm just going to spread them out a bit. And then I'm going to edit these fonts to take out the K1 reference and any underscores, because eventually these are going to go on the graphics, and I don't want my underscores on the graphics. So I've got to do these for the rest of these points here, and there's no point in you watching me do this, so I'll put you on pause. Right, so they're renamed, but I'm going to just change. Someone may not know what SA means here, max SA set point. We know it's supply air, but some people may not know that. Looking at the, if it's someone in the office and it's not maintenance and they want to do adjustment, they won't know what SA means. OAT, they probably won't know that that means outside air temperature. And seeing I've got some spaces there, and it fits in okay. Supply air high temperature set point, so SP, well, I've got no spaces to really write in set point there. I have for this one, so we can write in set point there. They may not know what FA means. Min they probably will know. Fresh air. I'm going to write minimum in there, but probably can't put set point there. Or maybe we can. Extract fan run up time. That's going to be in seconds. Extract fan minimum pressure. Supply fan run up time 35 seconds. Supply fan minimum pressure. Right, let's continue with these. I'm just going to duplicate them and put them underneath there. Duplicate again. Put them underneath there. Duplicate again. Put them underneath there. Don't need them two at the bottom. Take that. Control key C the ORD. /set. Take the 120 seconds. Control key C the ORD. Put into there. Set. Control key V that, and I'm just going to put S at the end of sec. Take that, Control key C, Control key V /set, Control key V, Control key C, Control key V /set. Right, I'll do the remainder of these. I'll put you on pause. Right, so they are done. So we can take out all them now. and we can move them across. Now I normally have, between the end of the longest line, I normally do 2 squares, and then that way when it looks at the graphic it should still be in the box. We can just minimum pressure, that fits in there. I think that is it. Now let's have it. Now pool set point 60. Now should be an RH at that relative humidity. Now you would normally put a percent, but I can't because it will fail if I put a percent. Well, let me show you. I'll put a percent and I'll show you. See the out value there? So I just put RH at the end. And that is also RH at the end. They just didn't do it in the trend, and of course we're bringing everything back via BACnet. Fan run-up time, we can change that to seconds, can't we? A sec. It's certainly not minutes. So that all looks good. Minimum supply air set point. Right, they forgot to put the degree C over there. So I have the degree C font on my other screen. So I can now put in there degree C. And I think we are okay with them. So that's that done. So now to the inputs. Let me just do 2 spaces between them, 2 squares. And let me do 2 squares between them. So that's them done. So now I've got the inputs to do. Not many inputs. So background, animate, I status to simple, background. Just looking at these, and fire alarm, flows, filters dirty. So they're all different. So I was going to actually do the text there. In fact, I still may do that. Yeah, let's still do that. Border, let's change the border to groove. Right, we need to animate that one because there is alarms there. I status to simple, foreground. But if it's healthy, i.e. false, probably some of these will need changing once we've done them. But it gives us our standard as such. I'll be used just for these. I'm going to only animate the text because it's going to just be true or false. Animate and put in healthy there, and I was looking for something that we got a lot of, but there isn't really anything there. So I'll just put in their fault, but we'll be changing them probably on everything. Display names ticked. We do the font all together. There's no mouse over, so we'll do that there. We go edit, change the font size to 16. Bring them out a bit. So frost that trip. There's one input here. So that's going to be healthy, and then if it's tripped it will be an alarm, and the text will be on this one, frost. So that's good. Filter's dirty. That's going to be different. So that's going to be clean. And that's going to be dirty. And we'll take out that. And take out that underscore. AHU switch in off position. Take out that. Well, it's not, so that's going to be what do we use for that? So that's going to definitely be off and not selected. In hand position, switch in hand pause. That's going to be hand, and that's going to be not selected. Fire alarm. We can put there activated just at the end. So that is healthy, and that's going to be fire, exclamation mark. Fire switch extract for the fireman to put into extract. Fire extract. AHU in auto, which it is in auto currently. So that is going to be auto. Not selected. Supply fan flow fail. So we change that to fail, exclamation mark. Extract fan flow fail. Change that to fail. Naturally the alarm will go on these because there's alarms on these points. As there's an alarm on here, so it would change red background with a white text. Supply air high temp. High temp. Like this one here that's in alarm. See, we've got the white text and the red background. So we do have alarms on these. So that's our inputs done for that. Bring that in slightly. Bring that across. So I've just got two boxes. come out of edit mode, so I've saved that in case I lose connection and I lose the work. Go back into edit mode, switches, and these are the switches. I'm just going to drop them in there because we use a different switch colour. These up here, see these here? We'll take one, copy. It's exactly the same as the knobs and adjustments, only that it is in a grey background rather than a yellow, because when you look at the key here, this is a switch, that's a set point, that's a switch, and that, if it's a calculated value, is a black background and white. Go back to there, paste that there, highlight them, edit them, and put the font to 16. Bring them out a little bit so we can see what's called. So this is a reset, right? Well, that is actually a different way we do a reset, or a different way I do a reset. So that's good to show you. It's not going to be using that block there. So we're not going to be using that block there. We'll do a new block for that. I'll show you how we do the reset block, or how I do it anyway. So that's another reset as well, so we can do a copy and paste in a bit. High speed. So we can take that, Control key C it, Control key V set, same as before, Control key V, and high speed on or off. So max speed, high speed. I'll change that to what the text is. High speed. So that's that one done. So that can be deleted. That's a spare. Setback enable. So temperature, humidity, setback enable. So that's just going to be in and on and off. Duplicate, I put that there anyway, even though it's a spare. Take that, Control key C, Control key V set, Control key V, and while I'm at it, I'll take that one, Control key C, Control key V set, Control key V, and that's just going to be an on and off. On and off. But it's a spare anyway. That's an on and off. Or we could do enable, disable. Seeing there's a word enable in there. Opposite of enable is disable. And disable room damp, so we can duplicate that one. Take that, Control key C, Control key V set, Control key V, and we'll take out the W6 for switch 6 on the trend. So that's to disable so that's false. So what's that's going to be? That's going to be enabled, and that's going to be disabled when it's true. Okay, so now to these resets. Still taking action button, like we've got there. I could change one of these, but I'm going to do it from scratch. Take that, Control key C, into the button, Control key V. This time it's going to be /active, but I'll select it anyway. So we're not using this set now, we're going to use this active here. Then we're going to give it its value binding. Same old there. Then we're going to do our text, animate, and this time I'm going to go reset, resetting for when it's true. Change my font to 16. Do my background, animate, status to simple, background, but this is going to be grey, this is going to be grey, and this is going to be grey. And my foreground, I am just going to keep it white, or should I? No, let's just do animate, and let's go to status to simple again, foreground, but I want these to be white here. White. I've got a cat at the side of me. White. What? What do you want? White. Okay. What? That I think is done. I've lost my train of thought because of the bloody cat. Reset. I actually didn't know which one I did there now. That is the W1 supply fan. So that goes there. No, we haven't finished it. Sorry. See this action arg there? See it? Take that, and where we've got prompt user, unclick that, untick that, go to custom, and 10 seconds. Go OK. Go OK. Now we've done it. So when we click that for 10 seconds, that will do the reset. Let's just duplicate this. Do the same with this one. Control key C and the ORD, put the ORD into here. Bear in mind this is the one that's got active at the end. See it there? Active. You could type it in, or you can just put the ORD in front of it, and then we can just put the normal ORD there. Right. We take out all them because we don't need them anymore. And we put them, I've got too many spaces there. We don't need that lot. Just 2 boxes is ample. And then take that and put that across to our switches. Move that across there. And then this is done, but let's show you what happens when we send a reset now. So this supply fan flow fail reset. Press on reset, you see it change colour, see it change to purple. And then after 10 seconds, it will go back to its original colour of grey on the background. There we go. What I didn't see, it's saying resetting the true value. I didn't see that come up. Normally does, but I'm not worried about that. The background at least changes. So that's that one done. Now I am on to the main plant, which is going to be a lot more points. Yeah, a lot more points. So I'm going to do the same again with the main plant. Start it from there and put the sensors in, drivers, knobs, inputs and switches, see how this goes. So I think we'll end that video now, and then after I've done that I can then start on the graphics, which I'll do another video for that. Thank you for watching.